Okay, next question. So we're now going to who opposes gender identity politics in your country? And we're going to ask Victoria from Colombia.
As Ellie has said, everybody's drunk the Kool-Aid. So we're being vilified just for saying that men can be women. So we're being vilified as moralists, as since only radical feminists and some Christian conservative sectors have been opposing gender auto-identification. So we have to work very hard to make our fight visible and different. Well, like to establish a border with the opposition from Christian sectors that, they converge with the gender auto-identification rejection, but they do it for moral, in many cases for moral reasons. So we are working to make visible the material problems with this for women's rights. But in our country, and I can say in Latin America, not even the left can see how harmful gender self-ID is. So it's only us.
So now, same question. Who opposes gender identity politics in your country for Olga?
Actually, it's hilarious. It's kind of silly to me, but two polar opposites are objecting to gender ideology in Serbia, and that's Marxist on one hand, and on the other hand is the Serbian Orthodox Christian Church. I mean, it's just a funny thing. The same thing happened in Greece. When Greece was practically compelled to adopt self-ID, only two groups opposed it, and they were communist Marxists on one side, and the other side it was Greek Orthodox Christian Church. But basically, of course, the church is not a feminist ally. So the only coherent criticism of gender ideology is coming from radical feminists. There is a small but strong community in Belgrade, and it's coming also from Marxists. Recently, I must say, there was a new organization formed, LGSM, Lesbijska Gay Solidarna Mreža, which has this acronym LGSM that should be reminiscent of lesbians and gays supporting the minors. It's a leftist organization of young lesbians and gays that are not aligning with the gender ideology. And when they announced that they are starting to work and that they are being formed, already the trans queer activists started screeching, "Go no, the TERFs are organizing like we're some kind of menace that is going to kill trans people in the streets or something." So basically, we're starting to make some sort of organized response to gender ideology, especially because Belgrade Pride basically erased lesbians from this year's Belgrade Pride. That was the event that triggered this organizing against gender ideology. And I must also commend all young radical feminists and Marxists that organized the conference last year, a very gender critical feminist conference on Faculty of Philosophy. So I think this was a great conference, and it was very encouraging to see that that there is a strong community, that there are a lot of young people who are not drinking the Kool-Aid.
So now we're going to go to Heli Sanluce from the Netherlands. Who opposes gender identity politics in your country?
As far as I can find, only religious parties. So the extreme right Christians, obviously the Muslims and the Jews. They're quite strong communities, but they're not really politically active. So and obviously, even here, the radical feminists, I can't really find any that are prepared to speak out. You know, when I speak to all the women who I used to do lesbian and radical feminist activities with, they're all a bit like, you know, you can't say that. There is a strong anti-prostitution lobby, but basically everybody's like, this isn't an important issue. They refuse to recognize how important, in general, women, you know, it's like, look, there's other things that are much more important than that.